Hey guys, how you doing? This is Shangri-La with the Alaska Triangle. How you guys doing tonight? I am doing okay. I parked my car out front tonight. It's full of garbage. I'm thinking that's why um, I think that's why the bears have been clawing at my back door is because my little SUV was packed full of like garbage and trash. So I parked it out front, and bears can pop the windows of a vehicle just to get in and see what's inside to eat. So um, I figure it's better to leave it parked out front than to let the bears scratch at my door. And so, because like every night I haven't been able to sleep very good because I can hear the brown bears out there scratching my door, scratching like they'll scratch like under the door, thinking that they can dig a hole and then crawl up underneath. Um, and then I mean, all they'd have to do is give the door a good shove and they'd be in, and in with me, So I pulled my guns out of my car and then parked it out front. Left one revolver in there just in case, because there's been times where I've had to, jump in my car real fast because of bears coming up the driveway. And if you're outside, you might not have time to run over to your door. And the the thing you don't want to do is run from a bear. So I've been outside before in the past, been pretty close to my vehicle, and then see three bears, brown bears, run into the driveway. And what they do is they make their rounds. They go from one driveway to another driveway to another driveway, and they'll run all the way up to your door, all around your porch, and all around looking for food or an animal that's tied up. And they'll take that animal and eat it, your dog or your cat or whatever you got. And so you really have to be careful around where I live. Just as I'm sure there's a lot of areas, in Alaska that are like that. Um, so yeah, I had to, run like 10 steps and jump into my SUV, and I had my 45 caliber in there, and sure enough, three big brown bears come running over and sniffing my window and shaking my vehicle, and they're pretty smart. They'll try to open your door even, and they know how to open car doors. And so I jumped in right away, locked the door, grabbed my revolver, and just cocked and ready. Bears up here are pretty big. But I wanted to um, say I heard that noise again. I started shooting another video with my cell phone because I heard that noise again, and I think I don't know if you can see like a little bit. There's a pipe going up to my ceiling over there, and you can kind of see it. It's like right there, that pipe. That's where the noise is coming through that I hear sometimes at night. It's like it sounds like this. It goes, and it's not like all the time. So I know it's not rain, and it's not. It sounds like something lands on the roof, up on the roof, and it's a tin roof. So I hear this, "Dunk." And for a while I thought it was the eagle. Like eagles will land on the roof outside during the day, but I've usually they're nested at night. So I don't know what's landing up there, but I've heard it numerous nights in a row. Something landing, and then you hear that noise at and you're like, what the fuck is that noise? I've never heard that before. And but it sounds like there's two of them. Like one has one tone and another one that has a different tone, and they're sounds like they're communicating. And I can hear it because it comes down that pipe, and where the vent is, where the microwave is, it comes out that vent. I can hear it. And I just noticed that today. I thought it was coming like through the back door, But just a little while ago, I turned on my cell phone and I was videotaping and talking about where I was hearing it from, and I'm listening, and then I don't hear it anymore. It's kind of weird. So almost like they knew I stood up and walked over there, and then they got really quiet. Maybe they're in the room with me. Maybe they didn't know that I could hear their voice when they were talking. Um, maybe they have a way to silence their voice, and they didn't. I don't know, but it definitely sounded like something landed on the roof. Um, but I wanted to go right into talking about, um, I think the missing 411, those people that go missing, and they're not found, or they're found later, like over two mountains or something, and they're missing their shoes and their gloves and their hats or whatever, their coats. Some of them are found naked. Um, there's a couple creatures out there that I believe that could definitely be completely related. Definitely related to the missing 411, probably. I'm not saying for sure because I really don't know, but there's this one creature that you see in my pictures that has like a red ball. You can see it. You can see it looks like a big red berry about this big on a tree branch. And I observed that creature for like 6.5 hours, and from my car, just sitting in my car watching it. And I positioned my car so I was sitting sideways on the road, and just like I was in awe. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I had binoculars, so I'm like really getting a really good look at it. Taking as many photographs as I could. It didn't move a lot, so I couldn't get a good video of it. But I did see it catch. It caught a deer, and one day, the first day I was there, though, I watched it catch a crow, and so it caught a crow, and the crow flew down, glided down, and went up to what looked like a berry, and went to peck it, and then this thing grabs it, and then it just disappeared. I didn't see where it went, and I was just like looking. I was like, "Oh my god, where'd that thing go?" It took that crow so quick, and I couldn't tell. Uh, I couldn't tell how big it was. I just saw a lot of bushes move, and like the tree bough move, and I was just like, "Whoa," and so it told me. I mean, the tree bough was probably 7 feet high, so it told me that this creature was at least 7 feet tall, and but later I went back the very next day, and I sat there. It was still there, and I think it maybe just reappeared because I showed up about the same time. I'm guessing it was feeding time, probably. So it was around 4 p.m. And I watched it and watched it and watched it. And this little fawn deer, like a baby deer, was following his mom. And the mom came up to the berry and stuck her neck up. And I was like watching through binoculars. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, to tell you the truth. And it was too far away to catch anything good on the camera. I did not have a video camera with me, and honestly, I didn't even own one at the time. And so I'm watching, and then the fawn comes up right next to the mom on her left side, and that thing came out of the tree, and I saw what it looked like. It looked like a praying mantis. Uh, you know, I mean, its head was kind of like a praying mantis, kind of humanoid looking though. And then the body, it reminded me of a spider or a crab. It had at least 8 legs, and big, long legs like a crab. And I used to be a crab fisherman, so I know what they look like. I was a crab fisherman in Alaska for many years. This thing definitely had like an exoskeleton. Um, it was so brief, but I took in a lot of information just by watching it drop from the tree bough. And so it was up in the tree bough. It dropped maybe a foot, so it was probably 6 feet tall. And then it was gone. But then I noticed the grass behind the tree bough lifted up like a trap door. And it was like there's some spiders in I think they're in the like the um, I don't know, overseas, and they're I'm not sure what country, but maybe India or somewhere. But there's some spiders that I saw on National Geographic that have they live inside a trap door, and they sit there and they wait. They have the little trap door open a little bit, and they sit there and they wait for the prey to walk by, and then they come out and they grab their prey and pull it underground, and the trap door falls down on top. And this thing, it was so big, it was trying to lure me because I got out of the car, I took a leak. Excuse my language. I had to relieve myself, and so I'm standing there, and that's when I noticed it, and I heard like it was trying to get my attention, and I turn to look. I'm expecting to see a mountain lion or a bear or something. I turn to look and I see something rustling around in the bush in the tree, and then I saw that red berry. It was just like it like looked like it populated. It just went boom, and I think what it does is it blows air through somehow into its tongue or something, or something, some apparatus that's in its mouth, and it blows out like a balloon, and it's like uses that as a lure. So I think like David Pilates talked about in a couple of his books that the I read everything he ever had, and or whatever I can find to read. I enjoy reading, but he talks about people seeing berries on a tree or berries in a bush, something about berries. And I think that's what it is. I think it's that creature with that lure, that berry or the ball. It kind of looks like a ball or a berry, a big juicy berry. It's kind of shiny, almost kidney bean shaped though. But to a kid, the kid would see it and probably instantly think, "Oh wow, there's a ball," and not even thinking it's in a tree, and why would a ball be in a tree? Kids don't think about stuff like that, right? They just see something and they take off running towards it, right? Without care in the world. Um, and I think even like an old person, like a grandfather, someone that's lived their whole life, used to being outside, not ever seeing Bigfoot, no, never seen an alien or anything. I think if they saw it on a tree, they would walk over to it too, out of curiosity, to tell you the truth. Me, I don't walk to it. If I see something weird, I don't walk up to it. I just uploaded a video of something really weird that I noticed in the woods, and that's what made me think of what to say right now in this live video feed. And I um, I just really believe that they're being lured. I mean, why else would these people go missing? I've seen Bigfoot and how they react, how they act out there. My ear just rang. Um, I've seen how they act out there, and they act pretty skittish. They'll run from you. You know, um, aliens. Hmm, they pretty much just kind of hide. They kind of cloak themselves, or they create like a hologram to cover their little ship up, and they try to hide and cloak themselves. Um, these bugs, these praying mantis, alien, spider, crab bugs, they don't hide. They are they're consumers. They consume, they eat. It's possible they share their food, you know. Um, and that I believe they would be everywhere because, like a spider, when a spider breeds and has babies, I don't know if you ever seen that, but there'll be like 1,000 of them in a web. So, and they're really territorial of their webs. So, if there's 1,000 of them, that 1,000 little tiny spiders have to go somewhere and make their own little web. So um, if it's a spider, then there's probably lots of. They're probably everywhere. I've seen them. I've seen them in Alaska, and I've seen them in Washington, and that's a big spread right there. So they would be definitely in Canada and the neighboring states around Washington, like Idaho and Oregon, and probably California. um, their body is black and hairy, like a Bigfoot. Their legs are not. It's like an exoskeleton, but they're kind of grayish color. The legs are, and the legs are about this big around, and really long. And they walk like a spider. Um, and they would be extremely strong, stronger than me. I'm over 6 feet tall, and I'm pretty strong, I think. And I think it could definitely overcome me. And if it spins a web, you're done, right? Nothing you could do. I don't think so, anyway. You would want to have a pistol in your pocket and a pistol right here on your chest, and practice pulling that thing out. I think I would even have bear spray on me on my other hip. Um, the people that get away from those things, I'm thinking there's probably something in their blood. They have some kind of disease or something, and the bug doesn't want to eat them. Maybe it thinks it's going to get sick if they eat them. Um, they would probably it'd probably be easier for them to take those kind of people based on you know the disability. If they're disabled, like me, I'm disabled. I limp when I walk. I do, and that's probably it. Could be why I see those lures. It could be why. If I didn't limp and I looked like I was really healthy, I might not even see those lures. But when I see something like that in the woods, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere near that. you know, I can be curious from inside my car. I'm not, you know, I'm not, I'm not invincible. I know there's a lot of people that think they are, and but I'm not one of them. I know better. You know, so I wanted to share that with you guys and tell you that. And if David Plies is listening to this, um, I would definitely somehow maybe write it in a book or start coaching. I would start telling people to tell their kids if they see a ball or a berry or something that looks strange that shouldn't be in the woods, don't approach it. Don't, you know, walk away. If they're walking with their parents, tell their parents and have everyone walk away. Don't approach it. I think it would save lives. Now, if someone goes missing and you can't find them, they're searching up and down trails and stuff. Have them start looking for like a trap door, like something a spider would make. Those desert spiders, those trap doors. It would be around grass. It wouldn't be around rocks, probably. Although the second photo I did get of the rock, of the spider thing, it crawled out from a rock, a big, huge boulder, and it was on a creek. I'm guessing it was on a creek, probably because it probably eats fish. Probably, it's like a crab. It's like a it looks like a crab, but it's also looks like a spider. So it probably walks along the rocks and looks for critters that are walking through the rocks and grabs them and eats them. And it, I believe it lived underneath this boulder that I saw. So I would definitely look for boulder fields and definitely look for grassy areas and just pull at the grass. Get a couple people to pull next to you because that trap door is probably going to be pretty heavy. It won't be some lightweight thing. Spiders are strong, right? A little tiny spider this size can lift 100 times its weight. I think it's 100. It can be 1,000 times. I think it's 100 times its weight. Like an ant, I think it's 100 times its weight. So if the thing weighs 300 pounds, the trap door, you might not be able to pick it up by yourself. So, but you can look for a line. You can take pictures of the grass and look for an area that might be a little lower or a little higher. And then go start tugging at the grass because I think that's probably where the missing go. Um, just from what I've observed, I'm not saying for sure. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I would definitely look there. So that's all I have to say. Hope you guys subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more to talk about and years of experience of seeing weird shit. So I wish I didn't. You once you see, you can't just turn it off. You can't unsee. You're stuck on that path. So I take it all in. I think about it. I research it, and then I come up with some type of conclusion because I don't want to. I don't want it to be a part of my life every single day. You know, every day, of course, I do think about this kind of stuff, and I do want to tell everybody, but I still also have to live a normal life. It's really hard to separate the two, of course. Um, but um, I think I'm going to enjoy telling you guys what's going on out there, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll definitely answer your questions once if I ever get like thousands of people. I'll have a harder time answering questions, but I definitely will try. And if you have any stories, you can email them to me or message them to me, and my email's on here. Um, and I would read your story. If it has to do with anything weird, I don't care. I'll read it. I'll read it out loud. I'll do a video if you want, and share it with people. I always give latitude and longitudes to people. Like someone just asked me, they said they live in California and they would like to see a Bigfoot. And I had two Bigfoot sightings in Northern California. I went down there. A guy said he saw Bigfoot, so we went hiking where he saw him in the redwoods, and we came across a hollowed out tree, a redwood tree, huge redwood tree, and it had a punch out on the tree, pretty high up, about 25 feet up, and it looked like a perfect punch out, like from a fist. But it wasn't so high where the branches are. Branches grow out from redwoods like pretty high up, like 100 feet or more. And so I was talking to the Fish and Game um, down at the uh, Department of Agriculture down on the coast. I did a sighting report with them, a Bigfoot sighting report, and I told them the latitude and longitude where I saw those beasts, where I saw the Bigfoot, and and this was several years ago. It was way before I even thought about sharing anything with anyone. Uh, I had only had a few sightings at that time, and I was in contact with like the BFRO people at the time, and getting all caught up in their game. And I don't watch any of that stuff anymore, and I'm not friends with any of them. They totally fucked me over and lied about me online and just crazy stuff. So I already talked about it in another video, so I'm not gonna bring it up right now. But yeah, Northern California, near Trinidad, California, in the redwoods on that side, um, we saw Bigfoot, and I photographed him. I photographed like a female Bigfoot holding a young one, and you can see it pretty good. I posted photos, I don't know, a couple videos back. You can pause the video as you're going, so you can look at each photo. Um, the photos I've posted are copyrighted, so please don't claim them as your own. I've had that happen to me before. Um, Happened recently. Someone said it was their photograph from like 1993 in Pennsylvania or something, and they got it on the news, and they got this, you know, full disclosure, and then they were interviewed even. They took it to the extreme, and I watched the interview and everything. A friend of mine said, "Hey, someone used one of your photographs in Pennsylvania for some news interview." And so I watched it, and I was like, "Huh, that is mine," and it was copyrighted. And so I hesitated. I was like, "Well, I don't know if I want to screw with it or not. It really doesn't matter to me that much." But I did. I went online, got their phone number, called the news, and I said, "Hey, that guy that you interviewed, he follows me, and he took one of my photographs and gave it to you and told you guys it was his sighting, and I copyrighted it, and here's the copyright." They got pretty mad probably, but they took down the video and took down the story and everything and apologized to me. They said they normally run the copyrights, but they didn't that time. So now they will, I guess. It doesn't really matter that much. It's kind of flattering in a way, that someone, thinks the photograph is so good that they want to claim it as their own and, live through the story. But if someone really wants to see Bigfoot, I would take them out. If I was in the same town as them, um, yeah, or if they want to pay for my trip down there or something, I would definitely take them out. I was asked to do a river boat cruise and talk about Bigfoot. They offered to pay me to do that. I was also offered to do a documentary, and I've been asked to go on 2 podcasts recently, talk about whatever questions come up, I guess. Um, so yeah, I'm interested in sharing. You know, I'm not interested in war with Bigfoot. I'm not interested in going out and killing one. I know someone that did kill one, and you know, I saw that. I saw it too. So, this it was a few years ago, and it was in California. But I'll probably talk about it in another video. But I'm not interested in shooting a Bigfoot unless it came after me. Um, and then if it did, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't drag it out of there and show everybody. Probably, I probably wouldn't. I would probably bury it right there, you know. Um, yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about tonight. But subscribe to my channel. Um, check out my merchandise, and I'll do another live video probably tomorrow morning. Um, I have some other stuff I want to talk about, but yeah. So there's definitely creatures out there that will lure you in. Bigfoot too. Oh, like I was gonna say real quick, people find like little trinkets and stuff that they think Bigfoot puts out for them, like it's a gift. Um, I've seen things like Bigfoot leaving an apple for me, you know, and I don't know. I still think it's a lure. So I thought it was a Bigfoot leaving me an apple. I didn't see him leave it. Um, I'm thinking it was probably that creature that I was talking about. Seeing if I would take it, it was a red apple. So I'm thinking, maybe it would see that I would take the red apple, right? And then it would give me another one the next day or something if I took it. And then maybe the third day it would show itself in a tree, like a red berry or a red ball, red apple, right? And you walk towards it, it grabs you. So, um, but on the on the first picture of this video, I will definitely I'll put a picture of that creature with the red berry on the tree. Its tongue. It's its tongue. So if you ever see that in the woods, do not approach it. Just turn around and leave quick. If you don't run, but as soon as you're out of sight, take off running if you can. If you have friends with you, make them leave, and I would never return to that area where you seen it. Um, and if you do, take a shotgun with you. If you see it, shoot it because there's 1,000 more of them. Or, it's some kind of alien bug, spider, crab looking thing. It's big. So it's luring animals into its grasp. I'm telling you the truth, and it's happening right now. All right. Have a good night. See you guys on the next one.